Mike Schubeck with us here in the John Mendola Show. Mike, here we go. Regular season. It's coming up quick Friday.
Yeah, yes, it has. It's definitely got on top of us quick. Usually when the dream game comes and then it's real time, let's get going. So it's an exciting time for all the high school players around the area.
What can we expect out of the Old Forge Blue Devils this season?
Well, a lot of the same. Hopefully we play really tough defense, which we've been doing that for the last decade. Offensively, I believe we got a lot of guys around James this year that'll help him. So it might not be just a ground and pound thing. We looked at last year's schedule. We did what we did to get to the point we were. We were very successful at it. Some new faces and new places, obviously, with the graduation that we had of 8 or 10 kids. So, at this point, we're just excited about being able to play a full schedule. Right now, tentatively, it looks that way. But I'm excited for the ball players. The kids that were 10th graders that invested their time are now juniors and are looking forward to play and make big roles for us. And the seniors, it's a good group of seniors, so I'm pretty happy with them guys.
Let's talk about the schedule and getting through the Lackawanna League and battle tested you will be, but when 10 weeks are over.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what we have after week 5. I didn't look at it. I think you can't underestimate. You're going to play a tough Mid-Valley kid the first week of the year. Then we got a tough Dunmore program coming in here. And then we go on the road to, Coach Arthur's doing a great job getting numbers out at Carbondale. And then we play, I believe it's Northwest, down in Chick City. So, and then we play Montrose. I don't know what's going on there yet. And then after that, I have to look. I think we just had those 5 on the coaching board in there. But I think the end of the year is just as going to be as difficult as the beginning of the year because we'll be on the road more. We have Riverside Trail and Susquehanna, which is Coach Cook does a great job, and Harry's always got something going on up there. And obviously the game with Trail at the end of the year will be an important game for both programs in the playoffs, I would believe. So I think you can't underestimate any game. We'll be playing on the road more towards the end of the year. So it's just 1 week at a time. One of the captains said today, it's coach, just day at a time. And that's the way we look at it now, after especially what was going on in the last couple of years.
Humbly, you have a weight room that's a little small, but you guys work hard. Talk a little bit about the kids and what they do to prepare for the season. What the response was like during, from COVID till this season. Hey, we're hungry. We want to play some football.
Yeah, some of the families actually made weight rooms for our players. I'm not going to get into the naming stuff, but some of our families were that committed to our players and their sons to go out of their way and convert garages and extra rooms they had for weight rooms. And a lot of kids, once they were available to lift outside, a bunch of the kids went to 10 times up in Taylor, I believe, and a bunch of the kids went to Elite Game Speed. And we're working out there and taking advantage of those facilities. And our kids are committed to that. They're used to that. Dan does a great job of getting the kids in the off season when we were at the school. But once the school closed, it kind of threw a wrench in of a lot of things. And people started looking around at places to go. If you want to be good, you'll find a place to live. And that's what our kids did. They found the place to live. And I think that goes across the board for every program. And there's always kids in each program that are going to take advantage of that, work hard, and find a place. And there's some kids that are going to lean on it and say, oh, well, we can't have a weight room. I can't lift, It's just the nature of the athlete this day and age. If that happened 20 years ago, everybody'd be lifting. There wasn't as much to do. But now you could find the kids, I'll be there, and they're not there. But we have a good group of kids, maybe 15, 20 kids that committed to that. And the young kids, you understand they're going to have struggles getting there, finding a way, being vocal about being there. But this goes around for everybody. I don't think anybody's exempt from this struggle that we all went through. And especially some of those outlining areas like Susquehanna, Montrose. I can only imagine the difficulties they had in getting kids together for functions. And sometimes being in a small town, it's a blessing and a curse. But I do believe our kids, the heartbeat of the team has gotten together and committed to trying to get it to work one facet or another, and they did a good job of it.
As far as playoff bound afterwards, obviously that'll be the goal. You hope you make the playoffs, and you guys you'll take it one game at a time if you're able to get there. But do you feel like this team has a little bit of an edge to it, or some good leadership in this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think these seniors have been on the side of heartbreak twice, and credit to the teams that won. But we got to look in the mirror too. And I said it's time to put up and shut up. I mean, talking's over. I mean, you could win all the regular season games you want, but if you don't win the postseason, what is it for? I mean, what have you worked for? And at that point, when I first started, everybody looked at the state championship like, oh, you're never going to get there. It's such a pinnacle. And then all of a sudden you got there and you're like, well, hey, this is the path to get there. Figure it out. And these kids have kind of figured it out, and we've come up short on one end of either a turnover or a mistake or a penalty or an untimed down or whatever it might be. So I have no idea how the seeding in the playoffs has worked out. I absolutely, for where we've been in so many years we're doing this, I couldn't tell you who we would play first or not. Maybe that's me being naive a little bit and just worrying about it, but like I'm taking the seat the way I did in 13, 14, and 15. Let's just get there. And then whoever we play them. And that's it. And who cares? We'll get film on them, we'll do what we do, and we'll practice the same way. And if you're good enough, like the guys before you were, them teams that really were on a run, well then so be it. And then you'll play wherever. And get on the bus and go. And not put a lot into it right now, just to be fortunate enough to have fans in the stands, have their parents here with them, have the cheerleaders with them, the administration behind you. That's what's important in high school football. If you get to the postseason, well then it's one day at a time. Enjoy the ride and go from there.
Mike, always great to catch up with you, talk some football, and we wish the best to the Blue Devils this year.
Hey, thanks, John. I appreciate seeing you.